To our brothers, I'd like to say this to you. We forgive you. I imagine you might say, for what? I didn't do anything. And you would be somewhat correct. However, what you have done to your woman is exactly what was done to you. And in a way, you probably had not much of a choice because of the desensitization that was done to you during your time of enslavement. But I come today to tell you that we forgive you. We forgive you for abandoning your families, for walking away from us as if we did not matter, for leaving your children behind and your women to struggle with raising them in a single-family household. We forgive you for the mistreatment that you have heaped upon us as a black woman. We forgive you for the anger. We forgive you for the resentment, and we forgive you for the abuse. Because I'm certain that you possibly don't know where this all came from. But I'd like to weave a quick story for you. I'd like to believe all of this found its origins back in slavery. At that time, or during that time, when the slave master had his way with your wife or your woman, when he, in the middle of the night, would creep over into your cabin and disrupt your humble sleep and awaken your wife and take her away from you in the stark, naked blackness of the night. And you would lay there, I'm certain, in profound anger, hurt, pain, and disgust with yourself for your inability to protect that which you love the most. And then he further exacerbated this by taking your children, your babies, your sons and your daughters, and selling them off to other slave plantations like they were nothing. He did this to them and treated them worse than animals because he didn't sell his animals to other slave plantation owners, but he sold your children and your babies. And again, you sat there helpless, totally confounded, unable to move or to make a move to protect your family and to show this woman that you were her warrior, her protector, and her provider, all because of the evil spirit of this man and what he did to our families. And here we are, 400 years later, still suffering from the pain, from the ugliness, from the cruelty, from the venom that he poured into our veins and our spirits. He has so separated us in our hearts until now we find it very difficult to come together as a race of people in this America. We find it difficult to trust each other. And as women, we find it very difficult to depend upon you to take care of us or our basic needs, more or less our emotional and our spiritual and our financial needs. We find it very difficult to trust that you will be able to do those things. This bitter root of distrust was planted in us so long ago until now it still remains there, vibrant and alive. But I tell you today, we forgive you because we realize it was not your fault. It was not your nature to be this kind of man. Your nature is that of a loving, kind, protective, caring father and husband. But when you were put at the foot of a man who was so ugly, so evil, and so vile, it turned your heart cold. It hardened your heart toward the very people that you loved, your own flesh and blood. And to that end, I say to you, we forgive you because we come to terms to recognize that it was not your fault, not in totality. But now, my brothers and my friends, we need you to take your rightful place at the head of our lives. We need you to take your rightful place at the head of our families. We need you to take your place in the lives of our sons and our daughters. We need you to take your place as the rightful citizens of this country. We need you to bestow back upon us that love, that care, and the compassion which is so deeply rooted in you. We need that, and we need it now. But again, I say, we forgive you, my brothers, for all things, because we realize that when our families are divided and separated, we cannot be the strong family unit that we were created to be. and we are the ones who are suffering. And we shall continue to suffer greatly until you, my black man, and my black brothers, until you take your rightful place at the head of the table. We need you, and you need us. Let's come together and be the family that we were created to be. Again, we forgive you for all the wrong that has been done to us over the years and throughout the centuries. We forgive you, and we ask you to come home now. Namaste.